Now the situation with natural gas is not all that different. As we can see, the super trend breakdown uh, has still been going on, and if we see that move as a whole, it's a quite big 10% move uh, mm, on the downside. In any case. But well, we had a couple of opportunities to enter on the like uh, re-enter, as I would say. So here would be a re-entry opportunity in this area would be a re-entry opportunity, but we didn't really manage to, and they were really fast as well. It's not something to be very disheartened about, because we are obviously not following the market that rigorously at the moment. In any case, we might still be getting another such opportunity, but we need to be careful as well, because we are pretty far away from the actual entry. Even though there is still obviously a lot more downside on the future that's possible, and even in natural gas prices, which generally tend to fall after the Thanksgiving period, also, which creates another complication, because that demand could push the price of this week itself. So that's something to worry about as well. So i- without going into that too much at the moment, what we can do is wait for this 2.97 or 3.0 area to maybe re-enter the short side of the market. Because long side, it's gonna take time, because the future is pretty clearly bearish, as you can see. So uh, apart from this chart, which has obviously the support quite strongly at that psychological 3 mark, and uh, if we see a zone of support at this mark uh, for a period of almost 2 weeks, that is generally considered a pretty good indication for price to bounce off of that, or, or break that. If it does break that, it generally tends to be a bigger downside, which is also obviously what happened and what still might happen, because this is the breakdown is not that big yet, because 3.0 to 2.89 is like 4% only. So not even 4%, 3% only. So we can still expect from that conjunction of price, um, and move downwards. So that's something to be on the lookout for. But apart from that, on the other charts, as we you did include, the price seems kind of exhausted. Uh, we have had already the MACD crossover on the bullish side. You can see this has been triggered earlier this morning. This has been triggered earlier this morning. This was triggered late last week on Friday, and the price is close to the negative 2 standard deviation on the Bollinger Band. The price is very far away from the 200 EMA. The price is below all the other EMAs, and it's lacking any significant resistance before that 3.0 mark to actually get that bounce to go to the downside. So I'd be very careful with natural gas, especially the complicated fundamentals and changing weather and all, and also the Thanksgiving function, and the lack of actual good resistance before the 3.0 mark. So I'll be careful, but I'd still be on the lookout for the downside moves. Anyway, if we move to the final MA cross strategy as well, which is which is not all that bad, but it's also given us the similar kind of signals, maybe a little uh, away or little more delayed from that, but it's also telling us that we need to be cautious as well, because the RSI was pretty exhausted below, almost close to 20, below, not below 30, almost close to 20, which is deep exhaustions. uh, and it has had a crossover. It might like try to move up. It might still like fall, but yeah, it's something to be very wary about, especially as we can see this level, right? So this was the low in October, I think, and yeah, this was the low areas of October, late October, and this was the late low in early October. You can see how like good these levels are. It goes back months and months of price action. These are confirmed all the way through June, uh, and before that, the price was even at this level in March. It, it's a really good level to be at. So I would expect price to test these levels. Maybe it has, or maybe it has not. It's not really touched, but there might be sometimes some early reactions. But if it does like enter this region, I would expect a pretty good bounce back to 3.0, because mm, obviously the winter season will come in, and that seems to push prices up. And we have had a pretty bearish year by natural gas standards, which is mm, which is all the more reason to be on the lookout for a like bullish resurgence. So that's pretty much it for the natural gas as well. It's a really good area of price to be in. You might have missed the short trade. We don't want to miss the long trade, but intermediary level, there might be even more short trade left, as I showed here in this chart. So we just have to be look on the lookout for this. Anyway, okay. Let's move to something else.